Hello, this is Ryan Reisert, your host. This is going to be a very different podcast series than anything you've experienced on the market. What I'm trying to do is change things up a little bit. Rather than having a special guest and one topic with great conversation that goes away, we're going to host a series of experts and others who have perspective on different topics over a period of time. Gather that in a series of episodes and roll that out until we've really exhausted a topic. So hopefully you enjoy this podcast, and thanks again for listening in.
All right, so we're here with, I guess, our fifth guest in this new series here. Cory Bray, you want to introduce yourself?
Number 5. Well, that's why I bat on the softball team. I let the cleanup batter try to knock him in, and I'll come in behind him, and I'll just hit that grand slam.
There you go.
Hey, thanks for having me, Ryan. I'm Cory Bray. And what do you think your guests would like to know about me? Where should I focus?
It's a great question.
Now that they know about my softball skills.
Yeah, now that they know. I mean, I think it's important for them to understand, your knowledge and take on, how technology and process are impacting, this new rise of coaching. Just so that, that's what we're talking about today. So quick snippet there.
Yeah, totally. So I'm a founder of a sales consulting firm called ClozeLoop, and we're students of the game. If you've heard of us, you probably know that we write books. We write books like Hiring, Onboarding, Ramping Salespeople. And then we've got 4 other ones out here. But the interesting thing is, Ryan, I don't even know if I told you this. We've got a new book on sales coaching that will be coming out in the next 6 weeks.
I did not know that, but what's the name of that book? And do you have a title?
It's called The 5 Secrets of a Sales Coach. And it outlines, I'm sure we'll get into this as we're talking about coaching. It outlines our coaching framework that we've been working with clients on for years. And when we originally wrote it, it was traditional subheadings, bullet points. Let's just roll a framework out and show them how to do it. And then Hillman, my business partner, and we said, okay, can we do better? And so we rewrote it as a parable, which is kind of like a fable, a novel, where we follow this character Arlo through his journey where he learns to become a great sales coach from this sage named Alex. And she was in a coffee shop and he accidentally stole her coffee. One thing led to the next, and Arlo learned how to sales coach.
Well, that's on the shelves in 6 months, you say, or 6 weeks?
No, man, 6 weeks. 6 weeks.
6 weeks. All right. Well, that's a really good plug for what we're going to talk about today, because obviously you have a ton of knowledge. You and Hillman, or somebody, 2 guys that I met, 5 years ago now, something like that.
Yeah.
At an event in San Francisco, and, and really enjoy everything that you put out ever since. And
you too,
certainly
sir.
On the path of helping those up level our profession. So let's get into it. Obviously you're in the space now, but do you believe in this rise of the coaching culture, the revenue intelligence movement that we're seeing?
Well, I believe in coaching for sure. I think that revenue intelligence and coaching aren't necessarily the same thing.
Yeah.
I still haven't figured out what revenue intelligence means.
Right. So that's kind of the topic, as people think about what's hot and fresh. The next question here is like, why do you believe this is happening so much, especially in tech?
Yeah.
Hot and fresh. People try to confuse technology with other topics. And so when you think about everybody out there talking about the coaching culture, we've got this culture of whatever it is. A lot of times it goes to, we bought this tool.
Yes.
So we're into it. So
and I'm committed to it. And I made that decision to buy it. So there would be cognitive dissonance at play right now if I didn't actually believe I was doing the things that I asked for all that money to buy a software product to do.
Right. So why do you think that this is starting to happen or catch fire more? Is it because of the technology companies pushing and making that happen, or do you see it happening in other industries and it's an important thing today in this climate for us as sales professionals?
I think it happens on 2 fronts. One of them is just tried and true. Whenever you see a bunch of investment, typically venture capital, private equity, or something else come into a space, that space needs to create credibility for itself. So they start making up words. And you saw this a few years ago with the sales enablement platform. You saw it before that with marketing automation. Marketing automation doesn't automate marketing. And sales enablement platforms don't do sales enablement with software. It's just they had to brand it something and call it something different. So everybody be like, oh, look, there's something new. Maybe I should go spend money on that. And then the analysts have something else that they can create a quadrant around. That's one thing. And then the second piece is, which I think is more important, now that we've got communication tools like this Zoom, where I can just be hanging out on my laptop using Wi-Fi, have a group of folks on video, there's really no excuse for management not to be able to go back and inspect what's going on and see if what salespeople are doing on the ground aligns with the frameworks that they put into place from a methodology and a process perspective.
Well, that's huge, you know, because I think getting back to the purchasing of technologies, I mean, shit, I'm even struggling with this right now personally, right? I've made this move from having been in leadership and then also entrepreneurship for so long. And now I'm taking a step back into a sales role. And we have a process, we have the systems and tools in place, but there's a lot of visibility into sticking to the methodology, sticking to the track. Yep. And it's actually pretty intimidating because, you know, as a rep, and